If you ever felt stuck in a job with no real career path, or you've wondered whether college is your only option, you don't want to miss this episode. Today, we're talking about one of the biggest workforce opportunities in America, construction and the skilled trades. We'll discuss the careers people overlook, how to get started, and what employers are really looking for, and why the industry can change completely your financial future and individuals and families. Today, we have the guest, Angelia O'Neal, the Talent Acquisitions Coordinator for Connect to Work Georgia and the founder of Menswear, where she spent more than 2 decades helping people connect to meaningful careers and long-term economic mobility. Welcome to the Commercial Builders Network, where I like to say construction can change your life, and it's starting to look more like you. This is the Commercial Builders Network, where trust is restored, power is reclaimed, and legacy is built. Let's get to work. Well, hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of the Commercial Builders Network. My name is Tanisha Reed, and I'm your host. And today, we have the amazing Angelia O'Neal with us today. She's going to talk workforce development. How are you today, Miss O'Neal?
Good morning, Tanisha. I am doing magnificent today, and it's a pleasure to be on your show.
Awesome, awesome. So I just want to dive right into what it is that you do on a day-to-day to create opportunities for people in workforce.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, I've been in workforce development now for over 20 years. Don't want to date myself, but hey, I've been in this space for a long time. I started out by launching my own nonprofit organization called Menswear Incorporated. I began to see that there were gaps in creating opportunity for men, especially young men. So I took some time to do some research, and as we have it today, Menswear Inc., Making Employment the Next Step, has empowered over 2,800 youth and adult males here in Metro Atlanta.
So currently, the construction industry and skilled trades are suffering right now with a workforce shortage. But then there's still people who are struggling to find opportunities in work. Why are those two things happening at the same time in the same place, but we aren't finding a result to that issue?
I believe there's a communication problem. Traditionally, construction, which is labeled under skilled trades, right, has evolved. It has evolved into a new way of working because technology has changed the skilled trades game. So I believe educating young adults on the opportunities and the career paths that they can create will flip the script as it relates to shortages. It's interesting because high demand careers have generated and moved more towards skilled trades, and Gen Z is now being labeled the tool belt generation to be able to change their skills gap. And again, it's about educating them on opportunities in skilled trades from what they may have known from their grandparents or parents or uncles and aunts. So there's a communication gap, in my opinion.
Awesome. So what are some of the careers that are like higher in demand currently?
Sure. So right now, in skilled trades, electrician, HVAC technicians, welders, pipe fitters, in the construction area, carpenter, heavy equipment operator, let's see, in transportation and logistics, automotive technicians, diesel mechanics. And there's another area that I'm tapping into that's related to skilled trades to give more options, more on the professional side, is insurance and claims. People can become insurance adjusters, claims adjusters, risk management, and a plethora of other professional careers that are in insurance and claims. So that's another area related to skilled trades and construction that people have not thought about.
Now, for someone who has no construction experience, no skills, trades, no background in any of these hands-on tactics, is there still room for them to get in to learn and create a career out of this opportunity?
Absolutely. We have shifted education-wise from the 4-year traditional career paths or education to more technical skills and an education. So students now can easily get into certification programs to get that foundational understanding of skilled trades and construction, and also can enter into apprenticeship opportunities or other internship opportunities that's available in the industry.
So if somebody said, today, I'm ready to work, where do I start?
So early career students, I will say, that are recently graduated and they're ready to work, they have to, first of all, in my opinion, figure out what do they want to do? What are their skills? Take assessments that are available at workforce age entities or technical colleges. Do a self-assessment to really see where your talents lie. Find out what competencies you can acquire to be able to enter the workforce, but also stay in the workforce. One of the worst things, for a lot of people to go to college or go to school and then, end up not working in what you went to school for. So to me today, for any young person that's really ready to say, I'm ready to work. Well, find out who you are. Find out what you enjoy doing. Do some assessments that can be free. My organization, we offer free career assessments, skills assessments to help align you with careers that'll work for you. Because sometimes we have skills that we take for granted and don't know that we can start a career, which could eventually create a career path or an entrepreneur opportunity.
I love that. I love that. And
Mhm.
I love that you said entrepreneurship opportunity because a lot of people get into, I just don't want to work in my hands. I want to be a million. I'm like, you want to start somewhere, right? You want to start by understanding what you're getting yourself into. So the knowledge base itself can help you become the entrepreneur and create other opportunities for other people as well. So I love that. Now, some people that I have a special place in my heart that may wonder if they are ideal for construction, like returning citizens and veterans and women in itself. Like, is there room in the industry for people who are returning citizens who are saying, I have this record and I don't know where to start. Fast food and certain things. Well, as soon as I let them know that I have this background, now I'm afraid that I'm going to lose the opportunity. Is there room for them in this space?
Absolutely. I'll just stay in the lane of returning citizens. From my experience, returning citizens have been, or just as impacted, if you will, have been wonderful candidates to work with because they're hungry. They're looking for that second chance and they just need someone to help believe in them and what they can do and what they want to do. So absolutely, there is opportunity. Many skilled trades and logistic employers actually are, justice impacted friendly. They just, every employer is different. I have to say that. And so that means every employer, for example, have their restrictions or their parameters around it, but they're open to hiring second chance individuals. So I always say there is hope, be honest, be transparent, and go in with the expectation that I'm here to work, I'm here to do this, and I can do this. A lot of employers are giving second chance individuals opportunities.
I love that.
Hmm.
I love that. So outside of actual skills,
Hmm.
what are employers looking for in these candidates?
Well, skills is a loose word, okay?
Technical skills.
Technical skills, yes. Outside of technical skills, I hear it all the time, and it's the foundation for which I started my organization, quite honestly. Employers have problems with the soft skills, the durable skills. What are soft skills? These are skills that, quite honestly, employers expect you to already have when you come into the workplace. They expect you to be able to communicate well. They expect you to be able to do critical thinking. to be able to help solve problems if issues come up, that you're able to think through situations. They're expecting you to be able to work in teams, being an active listener, being able to understand and follow instructions, take initiative. They're expecting you to come to work on time every time. So these are some basic soft skills, durable skills, however you want to label it, that employers are struggling with. They are.
Yeah.
They can
And
teach
that,
the technical skills. That's not the issue.
yeah,
You know what I mean? They can teach you how to do the job their way, because every employer has their way of doing the job. They can teach that, right?
yeah,
However, those baseline foundational skills, they believe you should already have those in your wheelhouse when you come to work.
yes. That being on time is a critical one.
Being on
Being on
time.
time.
I'm
Sometimes it's just
telling
the
you.
showing up.
Just the showing up. I hear that time and time again. Can you just ask them to show up on time? Can you just ask them to call in if they have an issue? Can you just ask them to be able to communicate with their supervisor without being offended or not? You know what I mean? Just some
Yeah,
baseline expectations that employers are suffering with. And I do believe those skills got lost along the way.
I love that. One of the missions here at the Commercial Builders Network is to rebuild trust in the community. With the time that we're in where people are struggling to find work, people are struggling to trust the system, people are afraid of getting disappointed. How do we fight past that and build trust in our community?
You are absolutely right. Building trust, I look at it two ways. The first way area is to build trust with employers, build those relationships. As a workforce developer, as a talent acquisition specialist, I see it on both sides. I see that employers are struggling because they've kind of lost hope and trust in the talent that's being prepared for the workforce. So helping employers understand, number one, that there are agencies out there that are better equipping job seekers to come into roles is key. Okay. And then second, building trust with the job seeker and being honest with job seekers and letting them know, listen, you cannot lead until you learn how to follow. That's
Mm,
my personal point of wisdom I teach to and talk to job seekers. You have to learn to follow before you can lead. Some things in the workplace is just not going to change. Even if you want to be an entrepreneur, I think that's great, but you still have to learn how to follow
yeah,
before you can lead. So that comes with what? Some humility. See, we just got to be honest with people to help them get to where they want to go instead of, telling them these false stories that you could become a millionaire overnight or you could do this and this and that. Yes, there are some people that have used technology to, do some miraculous things. But for the day-to-day person, we can't deny what's really going on and what really must be done. So I think having that balance and being honest and realistic with the talent and with job seekers, and then at the same time building those relationships with employers and then connecting the dots so that we can create positive talent pipelines for employers and realistic career pathways for job seekers so that we can build wealth, lay a foundation, and be able to change our communities.
I love that. Tell me about, your experience, an experience growing up that shapes who you are today and the work that you do.
Wow. Okay. So that's a very good question. My experience growing up. So I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. Um, and I was taught a work ethic at a young age. And I did not realize that at the time. I'm just doing what I saw, people do. So I built a work ethic within myself. Fast forward, I, went to school, of course, and I majored in fashion merchandising and I had this dream of owning my own department store and I was going to just run the world. But in that taught me again, some strong baseline workforce ethics that helped propel my career. Um, Along the way, I worked at a technical college in Detroit, Michigan, and I worked in career services. And I was tasked to go out into the community, to the high schools, to talk about what used to be called practicum opportunities with employers. I don't know if people know what practicum is, but it's the
Yeah.
same thing as interns. They
Uh-huh.
internships, but that's what we did. And I enjoyed that so much. I did. And then when I graduated college, I was brought on with a major retailer and was doing phenomenally there, as a merchandiser manager at the age of 23, running a $2.1 million department on my own. Yes. And and
Advocate.
and they started asking me to go out and do recruitment for career fairs, and I would do that, and I would go out and talk to young people and tell them about career opportunities with that company. But quite honestly, I realized that I was mentoring them and helping them and to be prepared in a positive way to get jobs. Doing workforce development, didn't even know that's what I was doing, right? So my career just kind of went from there. And then I ended up moving here to Georgia. And then that's when I launched my nonprofit organization, to where I wanted to empower males and strengthen families to help build wealth within our communities. But it all starts with workforce. It starts with workforce, getting a job, building a job, learning from that job, and letting it take you once again either to a career path or entrepreneurship opportunities.
Awesome. Awesome. If you were to run across a young person today, and we know you do it every day, how do you inspire them to keep going, keep pushing, and finding their purpose?
Yes, that's a very good question as well. And you're right. I do run across young people every day. And throughout this journey, the one thing that I've learned is that people need hope. They need to be encouraged to remain hopeful and not become hopeless. You know, I've experienced it myself, just, we're talking about the highs, but, trust me, along these 20 plus years, there was a lot of lows. Okay.
Yeah.
So encouraging people to remain hopeful is key. At my organization, part of the orientation for volunteers, I tell them people get enough bad news from the news or in the world. When they come here, we need to continually give them hope, to help encourage them, to help empower them so that they can move forward with whatever it is they want to do. Now, I'm telling you, I'm very realistic. I'm very honest with people, and they appreciate that. But giving them hope and being transparent, and then helping them make a plan, a realistic plan, is encouraging. So for me, that's what I do all the time, is give people hope, to let them know hope is not lost. We might gotta pivot. Life is not perfect. However, we can always get up, dust ourselves off, move forward, and remain hopeful and not hopeless.
I love that. That's actually the purpose of this podcast. I say that all the time, that this is a platform to bring hope,
Hmm.
but I want to change hope into opportunity.
Yes.
So while we're wrapping up, are there any opportunities that um, are available that you want to tell the audience about, as well as is there anybody that you would wish to partner with to create more opportunities for those out there?
Yes, I do want to talk about a couple of opportunities that I've been working on, because we have to get creative today and really understand the opportunities, or the options more so, that we have. Specifically, because I know your focus is construction, I really want to help folks understand that there is opportunity in construction from the professional side. And again, that's becoming a career path that people can tap into. And I'm going back to the insurance adjusting. I'm working with a company to where they have a platform where you could get trained in 3 days and get a certification. And then right after that, pay to get a Georgia license to do business and serve as a claims adjuster, as I mentioned earlier, and other um, roles within that platform. So that's an opportunity that people can talk to me about if they're interested in learning more about becoming a licensed certified adjuster in the construction industry from the professional side. That's number one. If you don't mind me switching, I want to
Mhm.
talk a little bit about the technology side. I'm also working with a couple of groups that is focusing on AI technology as it relates to content creation. There are now programs that young people or even people that are looking to, change their career path can get trained in and start building a career in generative AI content creation. And you know how that can go. It goes from podcasting, such as what's wonderful opportunity you have here and what you're doing with your business, to commercials, to movies, things of that nature. I'm working on opportunities for young adults to look into. I don't want to go too deep in it because we're still working out some of the kinks, but those are two areas that will be put together to create exposure to opportunities and technology and construction from a professional perspective. For me, I'm looking to partner with corporations and even small businesses. That's something that we kind of sleep on. There are a lot of
Mhm.
small businesses that are looking to work with workforce developers to help them create talent pipelines for their company. So if any small business owner, we know five small business could be anywhere from 500 or less, or your um, even community-based small businesses that are doing wonderful work but need help in finding a way to create talent pipelines to keep their businesses going. I would love to speak to them to help them build their company and create longevity.
Awesome. How do people get in contact with you for first your nonprofit,
Mhm.
Menswear, and then if they want to also create opportunity with Connect to Work Georgia?
Awesome. So I will start by saying if anyone wants to connect with me, they could shoot me an email at info@menswearinc.org. That's info@menswearinc.org. And if anyone is interested in the Connect to Work Georgia program, I must be honest, the program is being sunset. So by the
Oh,
end of this month, that program is being sunset. However, I am still moving the work forward so people can reach out to me and I provide talent acquisition services to help them move workforce forward within their company.
all right. Well, we're going to definitely have the people come and support Menswear because you are doing great work. I want to thank you so much for giving your time and the beautiful work that you're doing for Georgia.
Thank you. And if you will allow me to just say one more thing before we wrap up, we
Absolutely.
have grown significantly over the past few years and our reach has grown. So our mission has always been to empower males and strengthen families, which we continue to do. But recently we decided to make a small pivot because parents and grandparents that are raising grandchildren have began to come to us for resources and services. Young ladies that are friends of young men, I'll say it like that, have been coming to us and we've been able to provide services and training and resources to them. So I made an executive decision to start doing business as the MWI Workforce Institute. So you will be seeing us branding that more so, still under
Okay.
the umbrella of Menswear Inc. But because the need is so great, we decided we need to expand and pivot a little bit to be able to serve all. So yes, MWI Workforce Institute, be on the lookout.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.